everyone, it's John McKenzie coming at you with another update video. This is just going to be a brief market update with what's going on with interest rates and the market. Things are definitely changing if you haven't already noticed. So I'm just going to kind of briefly go over what's going on in the market and kind of give you some of my opinions of what I think is going to happen and what I think you should be doing if you are ready to start getting out there and looking at homes. So these data points here are going to go through single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, any price, any square footage, and any year built, just to kind of give a really broad, I would say that about 80 to 90% of people are looking for a 3-bed, 2-bath. Obviously, some people are looking for condos, townhouses, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, but this is just kind of a nice even starting point. So these data points are year to date, so from January to July of each year of 2020, 2021, and 2022. We are still seeing how pricing go up. With interest rates going up, there are less people, there's less demand out there, but there are still people out there buying homes for sure. So we're still seeing a steady increase year over year, which is really good. Still, people still have lots of equity in their homes, maybe not selling for $50,000 over what the actual value of the home, but maybe closer to that $15,000 to $20,000 over what their house may be actually worth, just because there are still a lot of people out there looking at homes. So we're gonna go over to days on market. This is a really interesting indicator of how things are changing in the market. As more homes come on the market, which we are seeing an uptick in homes over the last couple of months. So buyers have more options. They also have more negotiating power, I believe. I don't think any longer are you trying to buy a house, give up everything in the contract of your inspections and asking for repairs, and not getting help with closing costs if you need that. I think things are going back to kind of when I started my career in 2017 and 18, where there's a steady flow of homes coming on the market, there's a steady flow of people buying homes, and there's a lot of negotiation that's going on, which is really good for both sides. So in 2020, the average days on market from January to July year to date was 11. So things were staying on the market for a little while. I know 11 doesn't seem like a really long time, but it's close to about 2 weeks of homes being on the market, which is pretty good. 2 to 3 to 4 weeks is a really good area to be at. That way buyers can go out and take a look at multiple homes, and they may not have to really make a decision right then and there like we were. So you might have a little bit more time to think about it and find that really good, perfect fitting home for you. In 2021, things were nuts. Homes were flying off the shelves just like a brand new toy during Christmas time. Homes were only staying on the market for an average of 4 days, sometimes even less. And now, as more homes are coming on the market, like I said, things are kind of staying on the market a little bit longer, which again just gives buyers a little bit more negotiating power. And right now we're at about 6 days. So things are starting to improve. I think the market is getting better for buyers. I know that people are scared of interest rates, but those were the interest rates of where they were at when I first started, and the market was still really, really good. We're nowhere near an even market or even a buyer's market. And statistics show that being in a quote-unquote buyer's market where there are more buyers than there are sellers out there is not good for home pricing, and it's not good for the market. We want to be in either a balanced market or in a little bit of a seller's market. That way there's still really good supply and demand going on, maybe not as crazy as it was over the last year and a half, 2 years, but there's good competition and good demand going on out there. So let's kind of focus over what happens in a recession. If we are in one, or if we get into one over the next few months, people believe that 2008, 2006, 2007, 2008 is going to happen all over again, and that's just not the case. That crash was a lot to do with regulation on mortgages, and that anybody could just buy a house as long as you could get up every day and walk around. You could buy four properties. So that kind of situation is not going to happen again. Will things start to even out and appreciation is going to get closer to what inflation is at? Definitely. I don't think we're going to see 20 to 25% appreciation year over year anymore. But we're definitely going to start getting down into that 10, 11, 12% over the next, few months to years, as kind of the market evens out. But if you look at statistically, over the last 6 official recessions, 4 of the 6 housing prices have gone up by a pretty good amount. I mean, in 81, only 3.5%, but in 1980 is 6, 2001 was 6, and 2020 was 6%. So I mean, at a $200,000 home at 6%, that's 12 grand in year over year. That's pretty good. The only couple of times, again, were in 2008, where it was huge, which was nuts and crazy. People were losing their homes left and right. And then just very, very small in 1991. So again, statistically and historically, pricing has still gone up during a recession. And we are still seeing that. We are still seeing people buying homes and they still have equity in their homes. So housing prices are still going up, and they will continue to go up until something else crazy happens, which I don't foresee happening. So we're not in a crash. I don't think the market is going to crash. So those that are waiting for it to crash, I just don't think that you just don't have the right information. But housing prices are still going to go up, and now is going to be the best time to start looking for a home, especially with more inventory out there and just all of the different negotiating powers that we now have as buyers and buyers agents, helping you navigate what's going on. Then interest rates. I know people that didn't buy a house 6 months ago that really should have maybe gone a little bit harder and stronger to find a house. I know that it was really crazy that we were writing offers every single day and just not getting accepted. I just think that we should have kept going and kept going. I always kept telling people, it's going to happen, just keep going. But some people have decided to wait, and now that 3 to 3.5% interest rate is now at 5.5%. And then people are saying, I'm just going to keep waiting. I'm going to wait for them to go back down again. And that just isn't the reality of what's going to happen. That 5.5 to 6.5%, maybe even a little bit higher, just as things get, going with inflation and trying to combat that. I think that our sweet spot of a really good market is between that 5 and 6%. A little bit lower is always great, but we're not going to see that 3 to 3.5% again, or even some people are in the 2%. We're just not going to see that. Another global crisis would have to happen in order for us to see that again, but I just don't see in the very near future that the interest rates are not going to come back down. They are saying that interest rates are going to continue to go up for the rest of this year. So if you are even close to on the fence, or if you're on the fence, or if you were looking 6 months ago and you just don't know what to do, I would say let's get you back out looking and get you in contact with the lender again, see where you're at with your purchase price and all that good stuff, and let's get out there. It's a great time with more homes on the market. We have more homes to see. We're not just seeing one home every single day as things kind of trickle in and pop up. Now we're seeing 3 or 4 or 5 homes that meet people's criteria every day, and multiple every single week. So I would say let's get out there. It's just like what it was a few years ago before the pandemic. Again, we can start writing offers that are maybe a little bit less than what the listing price is, depending on how long it's been on the market. We can ask for a little bit of help with closing costs. We can definitely ask for more repairs that are a little bit more important, and we're gonna get some of that stuff done. We're gonna get that to happen. So not only are you happy with getting a little bit better deal, sellers are happy because they're selling their homes because they might be sitting on the market a little bit longer now. So it's definitely that perfect sweet spot time to start looking for a home. And I just can't stress it enough that if you are even remotely thinking about doing it, or you were looking before and now you've seen interest rates go up and you're a little bit scared, let's talk again, let's chat again, let's get you out there talking to the right people, and then let's start looking at homes and get you under contract and get you into a home before interest rates maybe go up. Because who knows where they're going to be at 6 months from now? Nobody really knows. The Fed increased their rate by 0.75%, and nothing really has happened dramatically in the mortgage interest rate world. So those things don't really go hand in hand. But who knows where things are going to be 6, 7, 8, 9 months from now? They could be at 8%. They could be at 9%. Who knows? We have no idea. I definitely do think things are going to start kind of teetering out towards the end of the year, and I think that people are going to get over this initial shock of the crazy interest rates. in the next month or two, and then we're going to start moving again and buying homes, and people are going to start buying homes more and more and more, and we're going to get into a nice, really good rhythmic kind of market that's really good for everyone. So if you have any other questions, as always, my contact information is going to be in the description, and it's going to be at the end of the video. So let's chat, let's get you pre-qualified, let's get you out there looking at homes, and let's go negotiate you a really good price and a really good deal on your next home. Thanks again for watching.